Hey guys, so we have the data download for part 3 of the 7th anniversary. Of course, we have Ultra Super Saiyan Namek Goku and Ultra Full Power Frieza with a 1% sparking Krillin. So Krillin is the only character we really haven't seen the full kits for, but let's just see what these stats look like on Goku. Of course, the big thing with Goku, this guy has the, what is it, KO guard mechanic or whatever it's called. It's just an AoE indestructible thing. It's just ridiculous. But that's the main thing with this character. He's got tons and tons and tons of damage guard. He's got an AoE green. He's got lock-ins. He's got special move damage up. This guy seems like he's going to be completely ridiculous. Let's see what he's working with stat-wise here. Yeah, KO guard. Oh, God, Elgato, please don't do this to me today. Move my phone a half a centimeter. Has the special ability to interrupt an enemy's combo and prevent an ally from being KO'd when they receive an attack that would cause them to be defeated. Yeah, that doesn't sound broken or anything. All right, let's see what he's working with stat-wise here. So remember, we got to take about 8,000 off to account for the arts boost and the title boost not being applied here. So he's going to be at like 265 to strike. So this character is significantly more strike-based. He's got 13,000 more strike attack than blast attack, which is quite a bit. That is quite a bit. Defenses look pretty good. Pretty good. He's going to have high 180s to defenses. So they did market this character, this Goku, as being an all-arounder, as opposed to just like a super focus on offense or defense. He's kind of just like doing everything. So that definitely does appear to be the case based off of his stat spread. For Frieza also does seem like a pretty good all-around character as well. Actually, the game is lagging a little bit. That's okay. Well, hopefully the game doesn't crash when the banners go live. Frieza definitely does seem like a good all-around character as well. I actually really was impressed with his ability to disrupt. He's reducing ki, destroying cards, going type neutral, increasing cost. Like, this guy's doing a ton defensively. And then he's got the really interesting looking active gauge. So the only other character we have in the game with an active gauge is Ultra Beast Gohan, but Frieza's active gauge does look like it's going to be completely different in the fact that it's not just like a nuke that you're using with it. It is essentially a way to combo. The Death Beam, you only need to use 40% of the active gauge to actually launch the Death Beam. You can use it to start combos. You can use it to weave into combos. It's going to do damage. It's going to give you cover null. It's going to allow you to dump the unique gauge. So, interesting character. I definitely am going to be curious to see how well he fits into the current meta. Okay, so let's go ahead and see his stats. This guy is more of a blast character. Yeah, 20,000 higher blast than strike. So this guy's going to have similar offenses to Goku. Obviously much lower strike, though. So he's going to have high 260s to blast. And then defenses are a little bit worse than Goku, but this Frieza has endurance. So that is one other thing to mention as well. And the interesting thing about his endurance is he gets 50% HP back when his endurance is activated. Typically it's 30%, but this guy gets 50. So they just gave him a bit of an extra heal there. But stat-wise, it looks pretty good. Maybe I would have liked a little bit more strike defense, but overall can't really complain about this because his blast attack is pretty good. So. All right, let's take a look at Krillin. Krillin is a character that seems to be pretty insane just based off of the little bit of information we had given to us yesterday. This guy is actually giving damage guard support to Frieza Saga. So we're talking about Goku. Starting with 200% damage guard. He's getting an extra 30% damage guard when you fill up his unique gauge. And then this Krillin is giving 20% damage guard support to Frieza Saga. Goku is going to have 250% damage guard. That is just utterly insane. Let's see what Krillin's working with stat-wise here. So Krillin is actually more of a strike character, which does make sense because I imagine you're going to be wanting to use this character with Goku. He is red, which would theoretically work a little bit better with Frieza, but sure. Yeah, him being a support character definitely is reflective in these stats. These are not what I would consider to be monster stats by any means, but at least defensively, he's got really good blast defense, so that's good. All right, so Krillin holds a health restoration down card and a blast card. Okay, so I was really wondering if they were going to give him like a blue or a green, but they did not. Okay. The only limiting factor about this character is obviously going to be his teams, as is the case with every Krillin. Super Warrior, I mean, I guess we could kind of do a Super Warrior team. At this point, I should do a video on it. We have Tien, we have the blue Yamcha, and now we have this Krillin. Like, Super Warriors actually legitimately could be a team now. And then, of course, Frieza Saga is the other team here. Normal strike, normal blast. The blue card is the Kamehameha, but it is a melee Kamehameha. Like, it activates by you doing a melee thing first. So he does have blast armor. Massive damage, special move damage plus 30% on activation. On hit, draws up to 2 cards if hand has 3 or fewer cancels enemies' attribute upgrades. Okay, so he's going to draw cards from this, which is pretty good. The green, this is... it is a stop time green card, and this is definitely going to be the root of some memes, I would imagine, because it's him just like making a silly face, sticking his tongue out and stuff like that. This is going to be like, oh, you wanted to pull Namek Goku? Guess who you got? You got Krillin, who's making fun of you. Draws a card, 30 key, enemy key minus 40, -1 enemy draw speed, huh? All enemies damage received plus 20%, all enemies subcounts plus 3. So you actually can lock them in. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm actually glad that they limited that to 3 times, because you could theoretically make a team where you just spam this. So you could technically lock an opponent in for 9 counts if you just spam 3 greens in a row. Okay. That is good, though, because the reason why I think they gave him this is that is pseudo cover null. Right? Increasing enemy subcounts basically is the same thing as cover null because they can't switch. So that is pretty good. The Destructo Raid is the ultimate. On activation, ultimate damage plus 70%, cancels enemies' buff effects, and then on hit, inflicts enemies with extreme bleed. I think I talked about this in the Goku breakdown video from yesterday. By the way, if you want to see in-depth breakdowns of both Goku and Frieza, I did one for each of them yesterday. Super in-depth. We took a look at the full kits for both characters. But this is a thing that Goku has too, actually. Goku's blue card is removing buff effects when he uses it. The reason why that's good is because if you're going against a character that is going to be going type neutral, let's say for this Krillin, for example, he uses his ultimate on a character that is yellow, and maybe the yellow character goes type neutral against enemy ultimates. This would remove that type neutrality. So it is actually like something to consider. Main ability is Time Buying Ambush. Draws an ultimate arts card next. 20% health, 50 key. Next activated special move damage plus 50%. Okay. All enemies health restoration minus 30%. 35% to Frieza Saga, Goku, or Super Warrior. 35% to strike defense and blast defense. So he's double defense. And then Frieza Saga Z gets 18% to blast defense. Starter ability, 240% damage, 150% damage guard, key recovery plus 50%, draw speed plus 1, and then here is where things get ridiculous. Frieza Saga Z ally damage 50%, Frieza Saga Z damage guard plus 20%, and then Frieza Saga Z health restoration plus 20%. So Krillin is entering the battlefield with 290% damage if you factor in his support, because obviously he's going to be affected by his own support. And he's got 170% damage guard when you factor that in too. So, yeah. Those numbers are very good. Very, very good. All right, Krillin. On battlefield entry, draws 1 card if hand has 3 or fewer. Strike/blast arts cost -5. Nullify special cover changes for 5 counts. Okay, cover null for 5 counts on this character is good. Enemy arts cost plus 10. All enemy strike/blast arts power minus 15%. So we are just starting out right away with him lowering power, which is a mechanic that we really don't see like super given out freely. Back in the day, we used to see mechanics like this kind of just be given out to every single character, but recently they haven't really done this. Power down, you know, all like the standard package of mechanics, but this guy having that is definitely good. It is noticeable for sure. When you have these ridiculously high damage guard numbers combined with power down, I mean, it is very noticeable. On strike/blast arts use, 10 key, allies subcount -2. Oh, wow. Okay. That's really good. Because he's got cover null. Enemy damage received plus 10%. That stacks. Okay. Seals enemies special move arts for 3 counts. Okay. So he can seal Majin Vegeta's blue. If you use a... I mean, obviously he's going to be red anyway, but even... Oh, man. So, yeah, you can just blast card Majin Vegeta with his gauge up, and you don't even have to worry about the blue card. I don't think it would have mattered anyway, because this guy's got type advantage, but that's good to know. On return to standby, 30 key ally health plus 10%. Yeah, this is crazy. He's healing the entire team by 10% HP. That is the same thing as the Saiyan Saga Blue Goku. And 30 key. While not defeated, an enemy activates Ultimate/Awakened Arts or Rising Rush, cancels attribute downgrades / normal conditions, cancels enemies attribute upgrades, and allies subcount -5. So that's just going to activate even if he's just on standby as well. When not defeated, Dragon Balls +2, or sorry, when defeated, when defeated, Dragon Balls +2, ally health +20%, and ally damage +20%. Special cover change against blasts, because Goku has one against strikes, right? Actually, wait, is it? Actually, no, I think Goku's is... Let me just double check. I think Goku's is actually blasts, too. It is. Okay, so Goku and Krillin both have blast cover changes, and then Frieza has the strike one. So if this guy dies... He's giving 20% damage, and he's already giving 50. So if Krillin dies, he's giving 70% damage support to the team, which is just insane. Krillin seems very good. He seems really, really good. I was maybe hoping for a little bit more on the green, but this could be really annoying. The enemy sub count +3 for sure can be super annoying. You can, like, if you do 2 of these, you can probably just rush a lot of teams off of that. So Krillin seems very good. Let's take a look at some equips. Let me go back to the screen here. We should have quite a few new equips here. PvP equip, co-op equip, the full Power Frieza unique equipment, and then we should have the 2 new Ultra equips. I mean, whenever we get Ultra character, we get a new equipment. All right, so this is the new PvP equip. Saiyan, Powerful Opponent, or Super Warrior. Okay. 20% strike defense, 12% health. Okay, usually it's 10. They bumped it up to 12. 12% to blast defense, and then 12% to pure strike and blast defense of this character is Episode Frieza Saga. Okay, so this is a purely defensive equip, but if you want defense, this is pretty good. Pretty good. 12% to blast, 20% to strike, HP, and then pure defenses. Yeah, I mean this is a solid defensive equip right here for sure. All right, let's move on. This is the co-op equip, Frieza Saga. 12% health, off to a really good start here. So we have 15% to base strike defense, 15% to base blast defense in slots 2 and 3. And then 15% to pure strike and blast attack when Episode Frieza Saga Z and Saiyan and then Lineage of Evil slot 3 is a battle member. Okay, so it is very restrictive. It requires that you run Frieza Saga Saiyan and Frieza Saga LOE characters. So basically they want you to run both the characters, the new Ultras, together on the same team to get the full effects of this. That is very restrictive. I mean, you could theoretically just do like the new Goku plus maybe full Power Frieza, the LF full Power Frieza with his unique equip. We'll have to wait and see how good that is. But this is obviously going to be... If you get the full effects of this up, this is a crazy equip. 12% health, double defense, and double pure 15% offenses. Yeah, this is really good. Just very, very restrictive, though. All right. So here's the Frieza equip. So this one... Oh, this is the LF Frieza equip. Hold on. Do we... Oh, did they not give us equips for the... Oh, okay. I thought maybe they were going to give us... Because usually when they drop Ultra characters... Like, so for example, this is the equip that dropped with Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. This is the equip that dropped with Ultra Golden Frieza. What else do we got? This is the equip that dropped with Ultra Instinct Goku, the yellow one. So it looks like they did not give us just, like, equips for the characters. Interesting. Maybe we'll get that next week. But we do have the Legends Limited Full Power Frieza unique equip here. So obviously one of my favorite releases ever. Slot 1, 15% health, 70% of defenses, 80% damage guard. 80% damage guard. Let me actually just pull up what his damage reduction is right now. Remember, this is a character that has a Zenkai also, so that is something to consider. So him, with his Zenkai, he's got 45 reduced damage received, which is not... Yeah, that is pretty low. 45% reduced damage received. I think that's it. Yeah. So it is pretty low. Okay. That's why they gave him 80%. Inflicted damage 100%, 50% to blast damage inflicted. Okay. He's getting 150% blast on this. Sure. Okay. Base strike and blast 70%. Restores own health by 15% when this character enters the battlefield. Okay. Sure. This looks pretty good so far. Okay, on battlefield entry, draws a blast arts. That's good. Because I don't think this character drew a card when he enters the battlefield. That was one of the big issues with him. On special arts, hit and nullify special cover changes for 10 counts. Okay, that's good. So that's on green card hit. He's getting 10 counts of cover null. When hit by enemies' arts, if health is 50% or lower, seal enemy strikes / blast arts 3 counts once. So now he's got a 50% HP disrupt effect. That is the same disrupt effect as Ultra Cell. I think Ultra Cell is 3 counts. Let me just double check. I believe Ultra Cell is 3 counts as well, but let me just see here. If I can find it in the kit, it's just so big. This is, yeah, hold on. 1 second. 50%. Yeah, it's the same. Seals enemy strikes and blast arts. The sealed arts cannot be used for 3 timer counts. Okay, yeah, that's the same thing. The reason why this matters for Frieza is because Frieza has the supporting abilities that activate when he falls below a certain amount of HP. So this looks pretty good. He's getting a lot of blast. I mean, this is gonna. So Frieza already was more of a blast character before he even got this equipment, but this is gonna push him to be even more of a blast character. He's got 50% more blast damage coming through on this equipment right now. So an extra 150% blast damage, plus all the base stats, plus the damage guard and health, plus he's healing a ton, plus he can get cover null from the green. I think they did a good job with this. We will see. I mean, this is a character that is now fairly old, even with his Zenkai. But the one thing to remember about this Frieza is this guy has permanent endurance nullification, very similar to the Ultra Perfect Cell. So that is something to keep in mind here. But yeah, it does not look like they gave us like Ultra equips for the Goku and Frieza here. Again, I think it's possible they drop it maybe next week, but this is the first time I think we've ever gotten a new Ultra character that doesn't have like an equip that dropped with them. Pretty sure, right? I mean, we could take a look at some other examples here. I'm trying to find more. This is the one that dropped with Ultra Janemba. What else? This dropped with Ultra Vegito Blue for the 5th anniversary. There was one for Super Vegito, but I'm not seeing it. But anyway, that's something that they've done for a long time. This is the one that dropped for Ultra Super Vegito. This is something they've done for every Ultra. This is the one they dropped for Gohan. So a little bit weird they didn't do that for this one. Maybe just the 2 Ultras dropping at the same time. Plus they're already dropping this, and they're dropping the co-op equip, and we got the PvP. Maybe they thought it would just be too many equips at the same time, so which is why I'm thinking maybe they're going to drop them next week, but we'll see. We'll see. So there we go. Let me know what you guys think of the Ultra Full Power Frieza, Ultra Namek Goku, 1% Sparking Krillin, and the equipment we looked at. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will see you in the next one.